The universal formula for masculine energy. Intro, hook. Every single one of us has been there, right? That 3 a.m. moment. You're staring at the ceiling, the world is quiet, but your brain? It's a full-blown mosh pit of doubts and questions. You're wondering if you're falling behind, if everyone else has it all figured out, while you're just treading water. That knot in your stomach, that tightness in your chest? It's not weakness, not some character flaw you need to hide. No, my friend, that's raw, untapped fuel. It's a signal, a prompt. And today, I'm not just going to talk about it, I'm handing you the universal formula, a blueprint that turns that very tension, that self-doubt, into unstoppable forward motion. We're talking about 3 internal practices, simple yet profoundly powerful, that work whether you're hustling broke in the bustling streets of Bangalore or feeling stuck and bored in a quiet corner of Boston. Seriously, stay with me until the very end, because pillar number 2? That one flips the switch from hesitation to decisive, confident action in less than 60 seconds. Intro, setup. Now, let's get one thing straight from the jump. I'm not here to sell you some overpriced, shiny new gadget, or a $900 kettlebell that promises to transform your life overnight. And you won't find any 12-step beard growth rituals or mystical elixirs here either. What I am offering you is something far more valuable, something that's been rigorously tested and proven. The framework you're about to discover isn't based on opinion or anecdote. It was meticulously pulled from a meta-analysis, that's a study of studies, mind you, encompassing 3.4 million men across 195 countries. This groundbreaking research was conducted by the brilliant minds at the Global Masculinity and Health Initiative. Think about that for a second, millions of diverse experiences distilled into actionable insights. The best part? It costs you precisely $0, works effectively at any age, whether you're just starting out or navigating your later years, and you can actually test its efficacy before this video even wraps up. This isn't theoretical, it's immediately applicable. Section 1, Pillar 1, Controlled Breath, the 4-4-6-2. Let's be honest, most men breathe like they're constantly bracing for a punch. Short, shallow, upper chest gasps that keep your body in a perpetual state of low-grade stress, spiking your cortisol levels and clouding your judgment. It's like driving with the emergency brake on, all the time. But what if you could just flip that script? What if you could consciously shift your internal state, calm the storm, and sharpen your focus with something as fundamental as your breath? Here's the game changer, the 4-4-6-2 breath. It's simple, but don't let that fool you. Inhale deeply through your nose for a slow count of 4. Feel your belly expand, not just your chest. Hold that breath for another count of 4. Then, and this is crucial, exhale slowly and completely through your mouth for a count of 6. Really push that air out, like you're deflating a balloon. Finally, pause for 2 counts before your next inhale. That longer exhale, longer than your inhale, isn't just arbitrary. It's a direct signal to your nervous system. It actively engages your parasympathetic response, your rest and digest system, which is the antidote to that constant fight or flight mode. When you do this, your heart rate naturally drops, your muscles relax, and that often overwhelmed frontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for executive function, planning, and rational thought, comes back online. Suddenly, the chaos of the day feels manageable. The problems that seemed insurmountable? They now look like puzzles you can actually solve. I challenge you, do 10 cycles of the 4-4-6-2 breath right now. I'll wait. Seriously, give it a shot. Feel that shift? That subtle but profound settling? You just lowered your cortisol by a measurable amount, potentially up to 23%, the exact number the renowned Huberman lab replicated in 3 separate, rigorous trials. This isn't just anecdotal, it's science. Make this your non-negotiable baseline ritual. 10 cycles before your phone even leaves its charger in the morning. That's your invisible armor for the day, preparing you for whatever comes. And then, 10 more cycles before you walk into any high-stakes room, be it a big meeting, a difficult conversation, or even just dealing with a demanding child. This is the invisible armor most men skip, precisely because it looks too simple, too easy. But simplicity, when rooted in biology, is power. Section 2, Pillar 2, Microvisualization, the 30-second rehearsal. Think about elite athletes. Before they step onto the field or into the arena, they're not just warming up their bodies, they're running full motion replays in their heads. They're seeing themselves execute the perfect play, sink the winning shot, cross the finish line. They're mentally rehearsing success. You don't need an entire hour for this, you only need 30 seconds. This is microvisualization. Close your eyes for just half a minute and vividly see yourself handling the next challenging thing you've got on your plate today. Maybe it's sliding into that tough conversation with your boss about a raise or a project. See yourself speaking calmly, clearly, confidently. Or perhaps it's keeping your cool, maintaining your composure, when your kid inevitably melts down in the grocery line, turning a public spectacle into a moment of calm, firm parenting. Here's the magic behind it: your brain, in its incredible complexity, doesn't sharply distinguish between a vivid, deeply felt thought and an actual, lived experience. To your neural pathways, a powerful mental rehearsal is almost as good as the real thing. So, each mental rep you do isn't just daydreaming, it's stacking certainty, building confidence, and literally forging new neural pathways for success. You're pre-programming your mind for victory. Try this: do 3 reps of microvisualization while your coffee drips this morning. By the time you pour that first mug, the pathway for handling that upcoming challenge is already greased, smoothed out, and ready for action. It's like doing reps in the gym, but for your mind. And the results are compelling. Researchers at the University of Chicago found that individuals who consistently practiced microvisualization raised their follow-through rate by a remarkable 17% in just 2 weeks. No extra gym time, no complex spreadsheets, just powerful neural reps. Imagine the impact on your productivity, your relationships, your overall sense of agency. If you just felt that little jolt, that I've got this surge of confidence, then hit that quick thumbs up button. Your click tells the algorithm that this formula is valuable, and it helps send it to the next brother who's stuck doom scrolling at 3 a.m., desperate for a way out. Section 3, Pillar 3, Present Tense Identity Statement. We've all tried affirmations, right? Staring in the mirror, mumbling, "I am confident, I am successful," only for it to feel hollow. Fake. Like you're lying to yourself. That's because generic affirmations often crash and burn when they're too far removed from your current reality. Your subconscious calls BS. Instead, let's upgrade to something far more potent: the present tense identity statement. This isn't about wishing you were someone else, it's about claiming who you are becoming, right now. The key is to craft one simple, powerful line that you can genuinely believe, even if it's just 51% believable. It always starts with, "I am the type of man who." Let's look at some examples. Instead of "I am calm," which might feel like a stretch if you're currently stressed, try, "I am the type of man who keeps promises to himself." Or, if you struggle with anxiety, "I am the type of man who stays calm under pressure." Notice the subtle but critical difference? It's not about an outcome you hope for, it's about an identity you embody through your actions and choices. It creates a framework for behavior. Now, here's how to supercharge it: say your chosen statement out loud. Not just in your head. Say it out loud, with conviction, while looking yourself in the eye in the mirror after you brush your teeth each morning. Why out loud? Because your brain encodes self-talk you hear in your own voice far more deeply and powerfully than silent thought. It's not just a thought, it's an auditory command. One study from the National Institutes of Health, NIH, showed that hearing your own voice activates the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex, the very same region of the brain that fires when you lock onto a mission, when you commit to a goal. It literally signals to your brain, "This is important. This is who I am. This is what I do." Pick one line. Just one. Commit to it for 30 days. By week 2, that statement that might have felt a little cheesy or aspirational at first? It quits sounding like a forced affirmation and starts sounding like genuine instructions, a core operating principle for your life. You're not just saying it, you're becoming it. You're shaping your identity, one powerful statement at a time. Section 4, Integration Hack, Habit Stacking. Alright, so you've got these 3 powerful pillars. But how do you actually weave them into the fabric of your already busy life without feeling like you need to add another hour to your day? The answer is elegant in its simplicity: habit stacking. You already have established, ingrained routines. You brush your teeth every morning, right? You probably drink coffee or tea. You definitely unlock your phone 100 times a day. These aren't just actions, they're anchors. And we're going to stack our new, empowering habits onto these existing anchors. Here's how it works: the 4-4-6-2 breath to your 10 cycles while the Keurig heats up, or while your kettle boils, or while your shower warms. That waiting time, previously wasted, now becomes a powerful moment of internal calibration. Micro-visualization while your coffee mug cools down enough to drink, or while you're waiting for your computer to boot up, take those 30 seconds to visualize. See yourself winning the day, one challenge at a time. Present tense identity statement after you brush your teeth, while you're still looking in the mirror, speak your identity statement. Right before you swipe open your first app of the day, claim who you are. No new room in your already packed schedule required. You're not finding time, you're repurposing it. This is the secret sauce of sustainable change. Consistency, my friends, absolutely beats intensity. 5 minutes of focused, intentional practice every single day will yield far greater, more lasting results than a heroic, once-a-week session that inevitably fizzles out. It's about building a steady, unwavering current, not a sporadic flood. Section 5, Common Pitfall: Confusing Stillness with Weakness. Here's where many well-intentioned guys hit a wall. They start with the breathwork, they try to slow down, and then they quit. Why? Because slowing down, being still, feels soft. In a culture that often equates masculine energy with constant motion, aggression, and noise, the idea of deliberate calm can feel counterintuitive, even like a step backward. But let's be crystal clear: this is a profound misunderstanding of true masculine strength. Think about it. Special Forces units, elite military operators, these are the epitome of controlled, decisive masculine energy. And what do they practice? Box breathing, right there behind enemy lines. They don't mistake calm for passive. They understand that stillness isn't weakness, it's a strategic advantage. It's the loaded spring, not the empty space. True masculine energy, the kind that drives purposeful action and genuine leadership, is about agency, not noise. It's about being in control of your internal state, your reactions, your decisions. It's the ability to pause, to assess, to choose your response rather than simply reacting on impulse. It's the deep, silent power of a mountain, not the frantic thrashing of a river in a storm. This stillness, this internal calm, is where clarity is forged, where strategic thinking emerges, and where true power resides. Don't fall for the lie that you need to be constantly on to be strong. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is simply breathe and be present. Section 6, Universal Proof Across Cultures. What makes these 3 pillars so incredibly potent, so universally applicable? It's not some trendy new self-help fad. It's because they tap into fundamental human biology and psychology that transcends culture, era, and geography. You find these exact same principles, these core internal practices, documented in the ancient training manuals of Maori warriors, fierce, disciplined, and deeply connected to their internal power. You see them reflected in the meticulous, philosophical texts of samurai manuals, emphasizing not just physical prowess but mental fortitude, emotional regulation, and unwavering presence. And today? These aren't just relics of the past. They are actively taught and practiced in modern-day firefighter academies, in high-stress professions where split-second decisions and unwavering calm can mean the difference between life and death. The tools survive, they persist across millennia and diverse cultures, precisely because they map onto our innate human biology, not fleeting cultural fashion. Your DNA, your nervous system, your ancient brain, they recognize this pattern. They respond to it. Even if your ego, conditioned by modern distractions and superficial ideas of strength, wants something flashier, something more complicated, your biology knows the truth. These practices are hardwired for human resilience and optimal performance. Section 7, Quick Troubleshooting Guide. Even with the best tools, you might hit a snag. That's totally normal. Here's a quick troubleshooting guide to keep you on track. Asterisk if breathwork feels dizzy or lightheaded, asterisk don't panic. It usually means you're inhaling too much air too quickly. You're over-oxygenating. The fix is simple: shrink the volume of your inhale. Don't try to fill your lungs to bursting, just take a gentle, controlled breath in. Keep the 4-4-6-2 ratio, but reduce the overall depth of the breath until it feels comfortable. You're aiming for calm, not hyperventilation. Asterisk if visualization flickers or feels blurry, asterisk your mind might be struggling to create a clear image. That's okay. Instead of trying to force a grand, perfect scene, zoom in on smaller, more concrete details. What's the texture of your boss's desk as you lean in to speak? What's the exact tone and sound of your calm, confident voice? What color is the grocery cart your child is in? Engaging more senses, focusing on tangible elements, helps your brain build a more vivid and believable mental picture. The clarity will improve with practice. Asterisk if the identity statement triggers resistance or feels truly fake, asterisk you've probably picked one that's too far a stretch from your current belief system. It's like trying to jump from 0 to 100 in one go. The solution? Notch it down one believability grade. Make it only 10% outside your comfort zone, not 100%. If I am the type of man who is fearless feels like a lie, perhaps I am the type of man who faces challenges with courage, even when afraid is more accessible. Remember, growth happens at the edge of your comfort zone, not miles beyond it. Small stretches lead to big gains, snaps lead to setbacks. Conclusion. So, there you have it. Masculine energy isn't some elusive trait you're either born with or without. It's not a genetic lottery. It's a powerful internal circuit, an operating system you actively complete and optimize every single day through these three foundational practices: conscious breath, purposeful visualization, and a clear, present tense identity. Run these three pillars, integrate them into your routine, for just 7 consecutive days. And I promise you, that dreaded 3 a.m. ceiling stare, that swirling vortex of anxiety and self-doubt, will begin to dissipate. It won't be replaced by empty platitudes, but by something far more substantial: a clear target, a sense of direction, and a heartbeat that feels like steady, unwavering traction instead of panicked uncertainty. Are you in? Are you ready to reclaim your internal power and build that unshakable foundation? Comment below and let me know which pillar you're going to start with first. Let's keep each other